Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Amy. This is my first YouTube video. I'm starting my channel with a fall TBR. I love the fall season, so I'm so excited. I have a good amount of like crime thriller books. I have some fantasy, a little bit of romance, just to get us in the fall season. We're gonna go through those books. So I have a good amount of like physical copies, and then I just have like a few that I want to get later on in the fall season. So let's just get into it. So the first book I have is The Housemaid's Secret. This is a book that I have been waiting to read because I read The Housemaid. So this is the second one. This was a great one for me. So if you haven't read this one is about Millie, and she's the housemaid in this. She goes and works for a family, the Winchesters, and she's living out of her car right now. So once she goes to work with them, they're like, oh, this is a stay-in job, like you'll have to live here. But it's like this little room in the attic, like super small, only locked from the outside, so she's already sus of that. And then the family is just like really odd. Like Nina is the wife, and then there's the husband, and then the kid. So Nina's just like the worst. Like she seemed so sweet when she was first getting the job, when Millie was first getting the job, and then later on Nina like just makes her work like so much harder, just like purposely messes up the house, just gives her like so much attitude, like is so like rude, like she's crazy. And then it starts unraveling this family's like secrets, and it's just it's so good. So then this one, you get Millie, and you also get, I think another one of the side characters is in this as well. So you get her and the one from the side character in this one. But Millie goes and works for this married couple, and then he tells her that like his wife's very sick. She stays in the room, but he tells Millie not to go in the room. Like she's not allowed to be in there. So then Millie starts getting sus because she hears noises and she hasn't seen the wife, blah, blah, blah. And you unravel what it is that's going on. I'm so excited. I am so excited. I loved this one, so I'm excited. Who would have guessed? Next, I have I'll Be Gone in the Dark. So this one is a thriller, or no, it's a true crime. It's a true crime. So you have Michelle, which is a true crime journalist, and she's kind of going through the case of the Golden State Bridge. Golden State Killer, not the bridge. Is it the, no, it's just, like, where did I get bridge from? The Golden State Killer. You go through her trying to like going through all the cases, how many murders this guy has done, like the essays he's done. So definitely trigger warning. If you were thinking of reading this, definitely look up trigger warnings. And also I thought it was interesting how like they had like actual pictures of the people from the crimes that were committed, and then you have just like other documents and like things from the case. So that's like in the middle of the book. So I don't know, I thought that was interesting, and I really like true crime, so I feel like this is gonna be an interesting one for me. We also have The Woman in the Window. I'm a little behind on my older books. I know this one was like a popular one for when it came out. So this is about a lady who goes and moves in New York, and she's like by herself, and then a family moves in next to her, or like across the street. I don't know. She gets a neighbor of this family, and she sees something out of her window that she's not supposed to see. Who would have thought, from The Woman in the Window. So next I have One Dark Window by Rachel Gilg. And I honestly don't know too much about this. I've only seen like a few people talk about it. I think it's a newer book. I hope so, because maybe I'm just guessing. I don't know, but the cover just kind of gives fall vibes. It has like a gothic atmosphere, something you want to read cozy in your bed on a rainy day. It's about this girl who, when she was little, she got like this kind of illness, but as she's like older, she realizes like that illness gave her powers. But then she's like scared of society, so she goes and hides with her uncle and her aunt. That's really all I know about it, but it sold me from the cover. I love a good cover. I don't really read books with covers that I don't like, and that's a toxic trait of mine, but I'm trying. Next, we have this little romance, You Again. So this is kind of like, you know, Grumpy Sunshine. No, it's kind of like Grumpy. So it's a guy and a girl, and they both kind of hate each other because they find out that they were both sleeping with the same girl. But then years later, they somehow reconnect and they become really good friends until, you know, there is something between them. So next we have The Only One Left by Riley Sager. This is one that is getting a lot of hype right now. This one is about a caregiver, and she goes and takes care of this elderly woman named Lenora. And she figures out Lenora, when she was younger, she had killed her parents and her sister. Like Lenora's parents and Lenora's sister. So then Lenora's like telling her, like trying to communicate to her, like, no, I didn't do it. But it's been like so many years later, like this is breaking news though. So then the only way that they can communicate is through a typewriter. So you basically just go through the story being told with typewriter. But yeah, I'm very excited about this one. Also, the covers, just everything like that is so good. Now we have Divine Rivals. I wanted this to be my next read so bad. And then I'm like, oh wait, guys, I actually don't know how to describe this to you because I have no idea. I'm the type of person that when I'm gonna read a book, and like I watch a lot of booktubers, so like I watch reviews. I've watched so many reviews. So many have had this book in it, but tell me how I cannot tell you a single thing it's about. All I know is that it's a fantasy, it's a romance, it's so good. And tell me why that's something I could tell you. I think it's about two journalists and then their story. So actually I lied, because the next book I do want to read is, I want to get into the Naturals series. I have the first one, and then I have Killer Instinct, which is the second one. I need to get 3 and 4, but I'm waiting. I'm holding it off until I'm on this book. But I hear such good things about this, just that it's so fun and it's a quick, easy read. If you've seen people talk about this, they describe it as Criminal Minds, but YA. So you go through these cases with these teens, and they all have specialties that they're really good at. So they're all good at like certain things, and they're in the FBI, and you go through the books and you're seeing them go through these crimes, these unsolved crimes, and I don't know, it just sounds so fun. And I'm not like a TV person. Like, I have seen Criminal Minds and I like that show, but I don't keep up with it. I don't. And there's so many episodes, and I'm not a TV person. I'm a YouTube girly. So if I could just read a book similar, like, I'm happy. And that's what I'm so excited for. And especially for like little mystery series, I'm excited for it for this fall. And now we have Powerless, which is one that I need to get because I do really want to read this. And I don't know much about it. Let me just tell you. I have seen Sarah talk so highly of this book, and she just convinced me. She said this like fantasy romance had her kicking her feet, had her giggling because of the romance and the tension. And I was like, I'm sold. I'm sold right there, because I'm a sucker for that. So it's about Peyton, which is like the girl main character, and then there's a king, and I don't know his name, but whatever. And pretty much he's a part of the elites, and she's not. She's not an elite. She's not special in any way. So he actually goes and kills people that aren't special. And I'm like describing this really bad, but like that's all I know about it. But then they have this romance. So like it's like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you about it, but I will when I read it. And I will, if I don't rave about how much I love it, I'm gonna cry because I'm gonna be so disappointed. So we also have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. This one is just like a fantasy romance. Literally, if I don't read this in October, like, this is just the perfect October read. Like, anything about witches, I, like, want to read about because I think they're so interesting. Like, you can make so many stories about them, and, like, I'm in. This particular story is about a very independent girl, but she's a witch. And she's, like, not... You can't say anything that you're a witch. You can't tell anybody. Like, it has to be a secret. But she goes online and, like, starts posting, like, things pretending as if she was a witch. But then someone actually catches on that she is a witch. But there also is a romance in there about, like, a guy, and he's, like, a librarian. And then you get that. And I don't know. I don't know. It just sounds like a great October read. Now, this book is one that I'm the most intrigued by. Okay, so this is The Book Eaters. This is like about it's like a human-like family, okay? But instead of eating food, they eat books. The Book Eaters. And like, for example, like what they eat, like, kind of like helps them. So let me tell you. So it says, romance novels are sweet and delicious. Eating a map can help them remember destinations. Children, when they misbehave, are forced to eat dry, musty pages from dictionaries. Like, what they eat, like, benefits them in terms of, like, things like that. And then you have Devon, which is the mom in the book. And you pretty much go through her trying to save her son and, like, from the elites, I guess, because her son actually likes to eat brains. So you go through a mom trying to save her kid, and then you go through this weird, interesting life of people eating books. I'm gonna devour this book. I didn't make that joke. I devoured this. Yep, I'm gonna devour it too, hopefully. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any book recommendations or if you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts. I literally don't have any book friends. So let me know your thoughts, please. And also, like I said, this is my first YouTube video. I'm doing this really because I'm a new reader still. Like, I used to love reading when I was younger, and then all throughout high school I stopped. And then now I'm back into it this year. And I'm just trying to... I honestly feel like this will help me, like, track my progress. And, like, I used to love making YouTube videos too. So, I mean, what's better? This channel's, like, literally just for myself. Like, for fun. So, yeah, if you want to follow along with me, that's appreciated. But that's pretty much the gist of this channel. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope I see you next time. Bye!